Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to put an AN connection into these holes. And the reason why I'm showing you both because there are differences. There are two types. So you have, I'm going to bring this closer. You have a rubber liner that look like so, or you could have a Teflon liner that look like that. And I prefer the Teflon liner just because it lasts a lot longer than the rubber ones. And mostly when I do fuel and oil, I use these. The rubber ones I use for non-critical applications. It's a lot easier to work with the rubber ones. But today we're going to focus on the Teflon one, which is, you can clearly see the Teflon. It's quite a bit thinner than the rubber as well. So fitting wise, the fittings are different between the rubber and the Teflon one also. So here are two fittings. This one, we'll do this one first. So this is the one for the Teflon, and you can see in the three pieces of this ring. This piece and the mating piece. So there's three pieces. On the rubber one, there's only two. So you have this and this. Today, we're not going to talk about the two-piece installation. That's for another day. We're going to focus on the Teflon ones. And installation for these is a little bit harder than the rubber one. It just takes longer, and make sure you just do correctly or it's not going to fit properly. So first thing first, you want to cut your lines to length, and so and you can cut it using a cutting wheel just like so. This is the best way to cut it. Very nice and easy to cut right through both the liner and the steel mesh on the outside. So after that, you take this apart, the three pieces, and only use this portion for now. So the one with the chamfer goes in. The connection ones are facing the outside. So go ahead and push them in like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna walk over to where the clamps are, and then get myself a little situated with these being clamped on, and then or where the vise is at, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys. So got myself situated now. Put the camera down. So as you can see, I put my gloves on. Very important. This stuff is gonna get you. So make sure you wear thick gloves. So at this point, I'm going to go find a screwdriver. And what you want to do is just try to pull some of these out. Get them to come out a little bit. It's going to make it easier for you to insert these sleeves right here. And so we're going to go ahead and insert it in. And this goes to the outside of the Teflon liner, just like so. Now you can hit it with a hammer or mallet, whatever you have. Just hit it in. And when you hit it, just make sure that the Teflon piece goes all the way to the top. And there's a shoulder. Let's see, you can see this right here. There's a shoulder, and you can see that it comes up and it butt up against the shoulder right here. You can see this is all Teflon, so that's the correct way of doing it. And I'm just looking through, making sure that the inside of the liner is nice and straight and it's not damaged. So at this point, I got some grease here. And I'm just going to apply some on here. And this is just to get it inside the liner a little easier. I'm going to go and add some on there too. just for ease of installation. So get that on there. By the way, this is an AN10, so it's a very big one. If you're working with something smaller, it's a little bit easier. This is probably the hardest one, the biggest one. So, so what you do is you insert this in here just like that, just like so, and you push it all the way down to there. And let me see if I can do this without needing a tool. Yeah, you see that it went in already. So just press it down. Look at that. It went right in. So make sure it butt up against the top. And you're almost there. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and pull this piece that I slid on earlier up like so. And we're just going to turn it. And you can feel that it does get a little tighter. My dog is barking. Not sure what's going on. Anyway, so at this point, it's kind of like it's trying to pull in that inside sleeve, so it can, crush between the that sleeve and the inside of this piece to make a solid connection. So at this point, you just need to torque this two connections, torque this and this up, make sure there's no gap, and that will do it. I'm gonna put this on a vise, and then I'll show you guys how I get it done so that you don't cause damage on the surfaces, because you do want these to look good. If it's a show car or something like that, you want them to look good and without scratching the paint. So we're looking at my vise right now. So you don't have to do this, but this is kind of helpful not to scratch up the surface of your fittings. So I got this from eBay like a long time ago. It's probably in Amazon and everywhere else now. So it comes in two pieces. It has a magnet, so it stick right on, and that way you can insert your AN fittings in here, clamp it, and not causing any damage. Or like if you don't want to invest money into doing that, you could use an aluminum L angle bracket like this. I have two of these, and I would put one on each side, and this is where I clamp most of my stuff. Aluminum is a little more forgiving than steel, so you don't scratch up your steel stuff. So yeah, that's just a little bonus advice. Just use these on your vise and save everything else. So let's go back to this. So this is the holes right here that we just looked at. And so what you want to do is just get these in here. Let me see if I can just, I'm going to show you guys in a minute here. Okay, so you slid that on just like that. And then I'm holding the camera while I'm doing this, so be patient with me here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tighten that, just like so. And then you can take a proper wrench for it, or you can use one of those adjustable wrench. I don't have a proper wrench, but I think this is a 1 inch. So I'm just going to go ahead and use that. But yeah, you keep tightening it until the gap closes. So just bear with me here. Well, I'm not going to waste much of your time watching me wrenching this, but basically what you want to get is this gap here needs to be completely closed. So right now I still got like 1/8 of an inch to go. So just keep tightening that connection, and it will pull this entire thing down. and that way it will make a solid connection. And that's it, guys. That's how you do it. I'll show you on this side since I already got this side done, just so you know what I'm talking about. You see, there's no gap in between, and that's the way it should be. So it should make a real nice and solid connection. And reason I'm doing all this is because this is a Humvee project I have on videos on the other videos that you can check out on my channel. But basically, I need a line that goes from all my coolant. I decided to relocate the heat exchanger back here. So there's an oil heat exchanger, and there's a transmission heat exchanger, and so I'm gonna be, that's my AN connection right there. So that's gonna go from there to there, and that's what the hose for. You can see, like, I love using AN connection. This is a smaller one. This is for the oil sensor. So I got a couple of places where I'm gonna tap in to get oil pressure, oil temperature later. And actually this whole line goes to the turbo. So that's supplying the coolant, oil to the turbo to keep it cool. And so there you have it. When I get a chance, I'll do another video on these type of AN fittings that using the rubber liner on the inside. Those are a lot easier than these. So if you get these done, the rubber one is going to be a piece of cake for you.